Welcome to video 4.7. 4.7 has 3 topics: purple, yellow, and pink. We're going to do purple and yellow in part 1 and save this guy for another part. So step functions and piecewise functions today. All right, our first one is a step function or greatest integer function. These are what they will look like. They have double brackets with the x on the inside. They could have a coefficient on the outside of the double brackets. They could have a coefficient inside the double brackets. They could have a plus or a minus 2. In general, you're going to have a dot, and then you're going to have a line. Well, okay, let me start this. You're going to have a dot. Let's say the next dot is right here, and the next dot is right here. Do you see how I'm going up 1 over 2? Then that means that you're going to have a line under it that's going to go all the way to that spot, but then be open. You're going to have a line all the way to that spot, but then be open. All the way and open. All the way and open. It could go the other direction, so like we could have it, and it could be really long lines, or they could be really short lines, but it could stair step the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. So they could stair step the other way. They could be super short, so you could have a dot there, and then halfway another dot, and then a closed dot, and halfway, and my goodness, it's too tiny, I can't even do it. So in general, this is what they look like, and this is what the picture looks like. All right, so I'm going to make my table. I'm going to pick 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are not always going to be the best options, but they're pretty good this time. I've already done the work. I know that these are going to be my Y answers. Here's how I did it. We are going to take the 1/4 and we're going to multiply it by the number we picked, same as normal. 1/4 of 0 is 0, easy. But what's 1/4 of 1? Well, that's 1/4. Anytime you get a fractional answer, you're going to round down to the nearest integer. That's why it's kind of called greatest integer function. So this rounds down to 0. If I pick 2, 1/4 times 2 is 2/4, or a half, I could say a half, but this fraction rounds down. The nearest whole number is 0. 1/4 times 3 is 3/4, still rounds down. 1/4 times 4, finally I have a new number. Finally it equals 1, it's a new integer. So I'm going to come over to my graph and I'm going to put a solid dot at 0. My next new dot is at 4, 1. 4, 1 right here. That means that my line goes all the way to 4, but it doesn't include 4. So at 1 was a 0, 2 was a 0, 3 was a 0, and even 3.99999 would still round down to 0. That's why it's an open dot. Once you know your pattern, then you can do another dot. So this is going to go all the way to 8 and be an open dot. This would be a closed dot, and it would run 4. I should probably do one underneath and go backwards, so that would be open dot, and it would go back to -4. So once I figure out the length of one step, kind of like a ladder or a set of stairs, once I know what one stair is going to be, then I can just use my pattern to get the other stairs. All right, so here's my next example. We're going to do the step function of 2x. And so I'm going to pick a 0. When I pick 0, 2 times 0 is 0. So there's a dot. I'm going to pick 1. 2 times 1 is 2. There's a dot. Now, I'm not sure if this step function is going to go all the way to 1 and then be an open dot. I feel like there's probably going to be some numbers in between. So I think I should pick numbers between 0 and 1, which would mean some fractions. I'm going to pick 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4 because they can multiply by 2 pretty easily. All right, so don't forget, whatever answer I get, I'm supposed to round down. If I get a fractional answer, I round down to the next closest whole number. So 1/4 times 2 is 2/4, which is a half, but that rounds down to 0. 1/2 times 2, well, that's a whole number 1. 3/4 times 2 is 6/4. 6/4 is 1.5, but 1.5 rounds down to 1. So by picking some fraction ones, I know that this will be how long my step is, and then I will have a new step, and then I'll have the next one will be down here. So I go, I have a new step when I get to a half. A half one would be right here. So that now tells me, wow, this is going to be very, very tiny. My step is only going to go from 0 to a half, from a half to 1. So my steps are super tiny. They are only a half of a block long. All right, here's our next step function. It's going to be x plus 2 inside of the brackets. I'm going to tell you that these are the x's I want you to pick, and I want you to figure out what y's they'll be. All right, are these the answers that you got? When we stick a 0 in, 0 plus 2 is 2, a half plus 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, but we want to round down. So these both become 2s, these both become 3s, and these both become 4s. Now I'm going to take and graph. I have a dot at 0, 2. That is not 0, 2. I have a dot at 0, 2. My next dot is at 1, 3. So I now know how long my steps need to be. My steps are only going to be 1 box long, and I put an open circle. Put an open circle at 2, 4, open circle. That one's colored in. I can even go backwards now that I know my pattern. They're 1 box long, and they look like this. And we're finished. Once you have 3 or 4, you're good. All right, our next example are piecewise functions. Piecewise functions look like this. F of x is equal to, they'll draw a big bracket. They'll have the top one, negative 2x, if x is greater than 1. Or they'll have this piece, x plus 3, if x is less than or equal to 1. So we're going to, I wanted to remind you from 7th grade, when you graphed inequalities, that greater than and less than have open dots. Greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So if it has a line underneath, then you do a colored in dot. So this one up here would be open dot. This one down here is going to be a closed dot. So our directions are going to be graph and erase, or graph and extend, so that we get the piece that we need. We want only this piece. We want to graph this line, but we only want the pieces where x's are greater than 1. We're going to graph this line, and we only want the pieces where x is less than or equal to 1. All right, so the first one, remember that it has like a plus 0 at the back. So my first dot is going to be at 0. My y-intercept is at 0. And then I take my negative 2, and that's my slope, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. And I only want x's that are greater than 1. So remember where I said you may have to erase? Well, we don't actually want this dot right here, the 0, 0. We only want x's that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this very first one is going to end up being an open dot. So I'm going to erase where I did a closed dot, and I'm going to do an open dot. And then I'm going to do a couple more dots so that I can do my line with my arrow. So even though this line keeps going, I don't want that part of the line. I only want the line where x's are greater than 1. Second equation is going to start at 3, right, because 3 is the guy in the back. My slope is 1 over 1 because there's no number. So I'm going to go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And then I'm going to look and see, now which pieces did I want? I want only the pieces that are less than or equal to 1. Right here's my 1. So I don't actually want this dot or this dot, so I'm going to erase them. Now maybe I should extend, keep the pattern going, and extend my slope down and left because that's the part of the line that I want. So sometimes you graph and erase, sometimes you have to graph and extend. You only want those two pieces. We're graphing two separate lines and only keeping certain pieces. Whenever we're doing these questions, they also want us to state the domain and range. So before I tell you what those are, one of them was X and one was Y. You tell me which one is domain, which one is range. All right, domains were X's, ranges were Y's. So they want to know what X values. Well, is X 0? Yes. Is X ever going to be 1? Yes. Will X ever be 2? Yep. Will X ever be 5? Yes. Would X ever be -8? Yes, eventually it would be -8. Is there ever going to be an X that doesn't work? No. Every X works, so we say all real numbers, and we put it in brackets, and we say all real numbers. X will be everything. Y's. Well, this line goes forever downwards. This line goes forever downwards. But right here, that's as high as we're ever going to get. We're never going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the Y because this line stops. He doesn't keep going. This line stops. He doesn't keep going this direction. Remember, we erased those pieces. So Y's are going to actually have an answer. They're going to say the Y's will always be equal to or smaller than 4. And then I put closed brackets. All right, here's our last example in the video. It's another piecewise function. We're going to graph this line, we're going to graph this line, but we're only going to keep these pieces. So my first question to you is, will this line end with an open dot or a closed dot? It'll be an open dot, and this guy is going to be our closed dot. All right, so let's graph this first one. 2x plus 1. I start at 1. That's my y-intercept, and I go up to right 1, up to right 1. And I only want x's that are greater than 0. So I'm going in the right direction. The only thing I need to change is that this will be an open dot. And it'll keep going. Let's do another couple dots. And y equals 3. If it looked like this, would you remember how to graph that? Y equals 3. I'll give you a hint. It's either horizontal or vertical. Type in your best guess. Well, it's like having no x's and a 3 in the background. So we would have a dot at 3, and our slope would be 0. So I would have another dot here, 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 here. I only want the part where x is less than or equal to 0. So I'm going to erase, I'm going to erase, and I'm going to keep that guy a closed dot, or make him look more like a closed dot, and then it goes that direction. All right, now we have to do domain and range again. So I'm going to talk this through again. Is there any x that doesn't work? Nope, all the x's work, so all real numbers. And then let's look at the y's. Do these y's work? Yes, 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 yes. Do these y's work? No. So this is the spot where we want to say y, and we're going to have a 1. Is it going to be greater than, less than? Is it going to have a line? It's going to be all y's greater than 1, but not have a line underneath because it was an open dot. And that's the end of our video. We're not doing Google Classroom questions because I asked you the questions throughout the video this time.